What's going on? Shout outs to everybody in the building. What's going on? I am your gracious host, right back at the helm of today's show. My name is DJ Kuda, and we are in the building. Man, shout outs to everybody in the building. We got a great show coming up. Just kind of kicking it on today's show. Not too much going on. Actually, there's a lot going on, but not too much going on. We're gonna talk about something. I know you guys have been enjoying the shows for the past the past 24 hours, not even less than 24 hours, man. I've been standing on the side of righteousness the whole time. I want to let y'all know, don't trip. Shout outs to the new people here. There's gonna be a bunch of new people here. What's going on, Brownie Ellie? Hold on, let me give you guys a shout out in the chat real quick before we get into the BS. Hold on, let me pull this up too, because we definitely gonna have to look this up. We got the Urban Dictionary pulled up. All right, I got you, Trey. Shout outs to the Drip Show in the building. Shout outs to Drip. Shout outs to my broski, if you know ski, in the building. Shout outs to Jalen. What's going on, player? Shout outs to Brian Will, bruh. Mega, massive, colossal. You dig? Shout outs to Brian Will in the building. Shout outs to Tampa Supreme in the building. Miss V in the place to be. You dig? Shout outs to everybody here. Who took that like back, Miss V? Shout outs to Tampa. What's going on, Queen Sunkiss? Shout outs to you. Shout outs to my bro Trey Smart in the building. What's going on, Chris G in the place to be? Just like my bro Devin D in the place to be. And shout outs to Pastor $40. Trying to make them holler in the building, man. Shout outs to Brownie Ellie and shout outs to everybody in the building. Good morning, y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Good morning. Good morning. Man, this space is full of D-riders, bro. And these are manosphere people. You understand what I'm saying? These are manosphere people. These are people that I've served in prior years. If you guys listen to Reg the Bad Guy, if you guys listening to Stupid Sly, if you guys listening to a couple of people in this space and you found me, I want you to do something for me real quick while we're live, and just make sure you do it. You can enjoy the show, but I want you to go to my playlist and go to Third Shift Rewind, and I want you to binge those shows. You're gonna see Gabe over there. You're gonna see everybody over there. You're gonna see all the people that be running around here. Kuda, you didn't help me. Kuda, my channel was never. Kuda, I didn't get my advice. Kuda this, Kuda that. Everybody's bitching and crying. And it's some more the same. This is another one like the other one, but this is a different one. You dig what I'm saying? Like, everybody has been bitching, crying, and lying, and most importantly, trying. You know what I'm saying? This game for the longest fucking time when there were alumni on my shows. Let me tell you something. If I don't get canceled every year for some nigga shit that niggas don't even believe in, because it's only gonna take them a week to drop this shit. Not even a week, a couple of days. So what did I get canceled for again? I get canceled for calling out Super Sly for cheating on his wife. Yes, Mr. Morality, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Mr. Daughter Dad. I didn't expect this shit to come up. I get called out for Super Sly cheating on his wife. And it wasn't my video, it was Christopher Owens' video, who's allegedly a PI, and he's supposed to be doing research on my page. I don't know why this nigga would do research on my page. Nigga, if you claim to be around, you should already know how I get down. There's really no difference. There's nothing to expose. You dig what I'm saying? But shout outs to Christopher Owens. I gotta give him his credit where it's due. He did a great job by pointing out certain things. I'm just gonna say, cheating on your wife with side women and then being on YouTube with said side women to show the world that, hey, look, I'm getting bitches and I'm on the rebound in my relationship. Like, I stand on the side of righteousness, or at least try to. As a player, and Gabe lied once again on because I told him this a couple of times and he got surprised, and a lot of people act surprised for some fucked up reason. I may call myself a player, and this may be player talk radio, but that still doesn't stop me from being a gentleman when I need to be. And I've talked about this multiple times on this channel, believe it or not, 1 billion times on this channel, that I still believe in marriage. And the reason why I believe in marriage is because I believe in arrangement. I believe in loyalty. I believe in, I believe in certain things. You understand what I'm saying? And marriage is one of them. I believe also too, if you can't get that whole shit and some more shit out of your damn system, if you haven't gone through a whole phase, well, guess what? You're gonna go through a delayed whole phase, and your wife and your family is gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that dudes do to mask they was never that dude. So when you get a little starter chick, or you get you a little shorty that's fucking with you, for the first time, and you never really had a taste of what's in the market and shit like that, you gonna do your starter girl wrong. And it don't matter. She don't got to be a dime. Shit. I'm gonna tell you the truth. One time in my 20s, I lucked up and got a starter dime. I haven't even put y'all onto the game with the starter dime. But to tell you the truth, because it's a theory behind it, and me and my player partner, we chopped it up a couple of times talking about this. It was more of a concept that came from me, because at the time I dealt with more dimes than he did. And then when he started getting into his dime phase, where he started dealing with some some really gorgeous bad women, we really sat down in the car and started chopping this shit up. So shout outs to Ron Wills. I need to redo that show. But I told you guys about the starter chick, and I told you guys just now a while ago about the starter dime. So a starter chick doesn't have to necessarily be the most attractive chick, but she can be attractive to you. She might be a little bit of a lower number on a scale of 1 to 10, which we don't use, but I use it for the sake of putting a point across and not bringing up theory, a theory that would probably get you confused, like scale of 1 to 30 that Patrice O'Neal uses, and all kinds of other stuff. Hold on, give me a second. Turn this camera off. But if y'all want to know, I'm here. Giving y'all a good show on today's show. All right. You don't got to be on camera every single time. You know what I'm saying? We look better than the ops. Just know that we look better than the ops. But the starter dime is something that I talk to. Y'all would have to really consult with me. It's some exclusive game. I'm gonna break down the concept to you, because maybe this summer this might happen to you if it never happened to you before. Sometimes you will get a very attractive woman, and as a player, you will have to know about like windows. Okay. Thank you, Brownie Ellie. We always look better than the ops, all right? Whether we on cam or no cam, But a starter dime, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You have to be good at reading windows. You know what I'm saying? Every player knows at some point that there's a time frame that you may have in your head, but realistically, that you may have to capture a certain woman or get a certain woman, or not even get a certain woman, for both of y'all mutually to get things going and to get this is relationship dynamics 101. There's a certain time frame that you and this person have to make something happen. You know what I'm saying? Because you will find yourself getting with certain women, and women, I want you to use this interchangeable with men. You will find yourself getting with somebody, and it's like, yo, if I had did this earlier, it would be fireworks. But I kind of did this later, and this person kind of settled into who they thought I am. So now it's kind of like a relationship thing. Not saying that if you had did something earlier, which is like kiss or, initiate something early, it wouldn't have led into a relationship, but the relationship would have started off with like a blast. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not saying that the blast would last long, but it's that kind of thing where you're like, okay, all right, I have a window to get certain things done. Some windows with women and men are going to be longer, and some windows are going to be shorter. Some women, you can pull them over a 2-year span, whereas some women, you got to make something happen within 2 weeks. Some women within 2 days. Sometimes you got to force your hand and get the one night stand. You know what I'm saying? There's little nuances in relationships like that. But what I'm talking about when you get the starter dime is you can get the girl and probably get a relationship with her, but realistically, and this is what happens in relationships, is that we have like a mask. Sometimes the mask comes off a little bit later. Sometimes it comes early, or if some guys get a baddie and they can only handle her for like a week. They can only handle her for like a week, and it's like, okay, yeah, my momentum is kind of slowing down. I can't believe I got something like this. I'm on borrowed time type shit. Sometimes you can luck up and you can get somebody. So what we call the starter dime is, let's say you get this particular baddie that that's out of your league, and she's not gonna be with you for a long time, or put up with what you got going on for a long time. But she is a guy, and she is absolutely fine, right? One of the things that I tell guys to do is to take pictures with her, a lot of pictures with her, whether you get in the draws or not, arm around her kissing you on the cheek, or y'all kissing, or whatever it can be, y'all laid up, backing your head on her. I don't know. Take whatever pictures that you get with this shorty, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. Whether then or later, put them on social media. Put them on social media. Also, if you have a little bit of paper and you're not about to keep this woman for a long time, you got to pay tuition. Take her to some nice spots where other women are at. Spots that you've been to. Spots that women that you want to talk to but haven't really gave you the time of day, you take her around them. This is what we call putting her on a derby. You know what I'm saying? You put her on a derby. It's like you kind of walk around with her so people can observe, and they like you may like the little broad at Popeyes. Be like, you know what, babe, I want to get me some Popeyes today. And then the little broad at Popeyes that you like, she's up there serving the food and shit like that, and you send her to go get it. But she know you right there in the background. You send her to go get it. It's like you pay for the food and everything. You walk away from the counter, act like you're tying your shoes or something happened on your phone and you're interested in, be like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go get the food? You send a little cute ass over there to go get the food, and the girls see her coming, and the girls see her going. What you're doing is another term we call gutting out. Sometimes when we used to go fishing, we used to catch a spot fish, and we would take that first fish that we catch, and we would cut it up and put it back on the bait and throw that shit back into the water, catch a bunch of fish. After we soak that fish in a little bit of food coloring and stuff like that, and red food coloring and stuff like that, we throw it back. So what you're doing is you're using a dime to get you more dimes. It's easier to snowball getting dimes once you get your first dime, because not even just dimes. I mean, you can't even say dime nowadays because it's like really vague and it's like a spectrum. But women in general want to see that other beautiful, gorgeous women that they would fuck, by the way, enjoying your company, and that they're super comfortable around. So a lot of people, when we talk about certain things, when it comes to seduction, it's not really necessarily seduction. I mean, anybody can fuck anything. But what you want to build is comfort. Okay, you want to get women comfortable around you, or people comfortable around you, so that they felt that they've known you for a whole lifetime. And sometimes too, when you get really good at this, you're gonna be like, damn, I felt like I know this girl for a whole lifetime. She remind me of a cousin or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just how we click. And it's like you just met her. You know what I'm saying? But more on that later, because remember, I'm just some random guy on YouTube. I don't know what I'm talking about. If what I'm saying makes sense, and the detail that I'm getting into makes sense, game recognized game. But anyway, man, I believe in marriage, and you're an idiot if you're in the manosphere, if you are running around here talking about some relationships, because there is no, even just going off of what I just explained, y'all hit the like button, support the show on the way in. 22 people in the building. There is no way you can be in the manosphere talking about some I believe in relationships, but then limit it to short-term relationships, or in these spaces. All right, hold on, y'all. I don't know what's going on real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I need to switch this over. Okay, we Gucci. Okay. So yeah, like I said, there is no such thing as you running around these spaces talking about some you believe in relationships. And if you believe in short-term relationships, you're fooling yourself. And if you believe in long-term relationships, you're fooling yourself if you don't believe in marriage. Now, if you believe in long-term relationships, nobody says you have to get married. But if you believe and truly understand long-term relationships, the fact that you've come to the realization in the conclusion that you're not going to focus on marriage is a significant thing, where you may not want to get married, but you understand marriage. Now, weirdly enough, people will be like, "Oh, well, Kuda," because y'all are some of the most judgmental, weirdest, undefined people on the planet. Not my whole chat, but certain individuals. And if you're a hit dog, you're gonna holler. You understand what I'm saying? To think that a player doesn't believe in no type of marriage. Think about it, because you don't think about it. Somebody that's good with women, somebody that fairly understands women, somebody that's had their pick of the litter, so you can say, somebody that's had their drink, somebody that's had their cup full, and maybe, you understand what I'm saying, their cup overrunneth. Thank you, Devin D. It's a union. It's an arrangement. It's business. It's order. You understand? I've been asked a series of stupid questions on a lot of dumb nigga topics in the last 24 hours. So don't mind me if I go on a little bit of a tangent. By brothers that I know that's better than that. Y'all just niggas is just hanging around and don't got shit to talk about or do. This space openly criticizes Mr. Locario for having an open marriage, when he said 1,000,000,000 times that he doesn't think about certain things and his marriage is built on business. And his wife can be with whoever she wants, and he can be with whoever they want. It's just respectful, but it's built on business. This is coming from a player. Okay? This is how low and scummy that y'all think about players. That players don't have a story. That players are just one archetype. That players they don't deserve certain things because guess what? Oh, he don't deserve it. He get women, or he blah blah blah. You're just a guy that gets women. You're just a guy that probably knows the game. You're just a guy that not even gets women. You could be a natural and you're just not even exercising your options. You're dealing with the cards that the world gives you. Not every single player is in control of what they're doing. Some players are just dealing with things as they come. You understand what I'm saying? In the cards that their life, that life dealt them, just like a natural. And some players are in control. Some players are, they're the puppeteer. They're orchestrating, what's going on or what's been going on. Or you got some players that are checkered. 1 year is this, 1 year is that. 1 year is this, 1 year is that. 2 years is this, 2 years is that. But the fucked up part is that the world thinks low of you for some weird reason. The world thinks low of you. There's no, but everybody is trying to be a player. Trust me, even women. Most women are players. Most women are safer with players. I used to always wonder back in the day, why do women go after players? But then I remembered what I wondered back in the day. I remembered that today. So what am I talking about? You have a bunch of weird niggas running around here claiming they don't want to be married when they actually do. Because these people are purple pill. And they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they want cooperation. They want a woman to behave as if she's in a marriage, in a union. They want this type of loyalty. And when I tell you that black women are not wrong, black women are not wrong for what they're saying about black men. I'm going to say this again. Because I say this almost every time, every single year when I get canceled for some stupid shit. For some nigga shit. I apologize, sister. Because in my past, I may have said some commentary. I may have said something that's probably off. Because a lot of y'all are right when it comes to dealing with these niggas. So sorry if my apology is a bit slow. But let's go. So we got a couple of people in the manosphere, or not even in the manosphere, but adjacent or just detractors, running around talking about morality. Don't like the game. I'm going to tell you one of the worst things, women, that you could ever deal with, because they're serious, and women already know this. So I'm here to just solidify your thoughts. Are certain square men. What's more important than you entertaining guys in your dating pool that may be getting at you, even if they're regular guys, is you have to know how to read square men. It's 2024, and if you're a young suburban city girl and you're dating and stuff like that, you need to go to more country men. Yes, he's gonna be a little bit simpish. Yes, he's gonna be a little bit goofy, but he'll love the shit out of you. You understand what I'm saying? Go more for the men that's in rural areas and towns and in country. Go for that guy in 2024. If you're in the city, you're gonna have to venture out, like I said, to rural areas and towns, and go for them dudes. Stop dealing with the dudes and the square niggas in the city. They on some bullshit. Square niggas in the city, you gonna need to go out to the countryside and go get you some little rural little broads too. She gonna be a little bit ditzy, she gonna be a little bit goofy, but she gonna cook her ass off. She's gonna be doing certain things, and you want to take her to the city for a little bit, but not for too long. Not for too long. You go to the city, go grab a bite, go do something, and then go right back to the country. You want to stay out there in the country a little bit. Okay? City girls, you want to take that country guy that guy that's kind of not really too used to the city like that. You want to bring him into the city, but you want to be a little bit protective with it. Because other girls are gonna try to pick your ass off. You understand what I'm saying? And you want to introduce them to certain foods. You want to kind of just show them certain things. I wouldn't say modernize him, but just kind of show him stuff that you like to do, and just have him tag along with you. Be happy. Because in these relationships nowadays, y'all are dealing with straight on squares. Y'all are dealing with straight on squares, and like little like goofball dudes that will that will be doing about what I'm about to talk about later on. I mean, like what Super Sly is doing. You got dudes that, oh, I cheat on my wife, but that's because she knows it. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that will go after like the starter chick archetype. The girls that are 5s and probably below. A lot of guys that don't got no game, but they're being manipulative and slick. See, they lie to y'all and say players are manipulative and slick. No. What's even worse than a player is the square guy that thinks he knows it. You understand what I'm saying? It's the square guy that thinks he knows it all. They're even worse because they're serious. At least a player, at some point, he playing. There's a little bit of wiggle room for negotiation on your behalf. And honestly, players wouldn't approach it like that. Players wouldn't marry you and then start deciding that's when I'm going to start cheating. Players wouldn't be on the internet talking about something. My wife had to stop me from trying to rizz up other women because I'm not even gonna lie, she's not gonna respect you either way, but at least there's a little bit of respect there if you trick and try to get with another woman. See, a man, if he feels that a woman is cheating on him, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that the woman snuck off and got some dick from somebody. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean that she snuck off and got some dick from somebody. If she's monkey branching and she's establishing a relationship and building comfort and building rapport and getting courted by another man, the sex don't even matter. That's just the only thing that just hasn't happened. And she's ready to leave the relationship. And that takes time. Right? And that's some goofball shit, to tell you the truth. She got a lot of time on her hand to be building a relationship with somebody else. So even though somebody's a square and they don't understand the game, it actually gives them more of an incentive to fuck around on. Some of y'all girls don't like a guy's preference. Because sometimes you'll land a guy and you might not be his preference. But the good thing is that at least you know his preference. So if he is cheating on you, at least you know what he'll go through. But you got a lot of square dudes around here in these spaces that go after, women on the lower end of the spectrum so that they can do certain things. I tell guys here to go get a starter chick. And the reason why I tell guys to go get a starter chick, and the reason why I say that that's the best advice, is because usually men will marry their starter chick. If you look around at the guys here in the manosphere, you can tell who's and who hasn't had a woman that was down for them and that will take care of them, go to the ends of the world for them, and put them in position. You can tell. And usually when a guy gets a starter chick, what stops him from doing stupid shit is saying that, hey, you know what? Yeah, temptation is there, but honestly, I ain't never had nothing like that before. And though I do want it, I'm not going to fuck up what I had. What's going on, Dolly? Shout out to Dolomite in the building. What's going on, Link? He said, Kuda, you had to ask the questions. Do you let your wife bounce around to nigga, or is this a one-side situation? Yeah, I asked that. And that's the thing. A lot of these dudes that's cheating on their wife, they can't stand their wife dealing with somebody else. Shout out to Link in the building. They can't stand their wife being with somebody else. I'm not listening to a nigga running around here with morality statements, calling other people pookie, telling men that they worship and believe in pussy when you got pussy to go home to and you out here chasing pussy still. You're a married pookie, not a married player. You're a married pookie. So shout outs to everybody that's been following what's been going on for the past 54 hours. There's just no way around it. I'm not mad at you, but I don't want to see you around here doing certain things. That's not your job. Those are not your words. You are a married pookie if you are stepping out on your wife, even though she knows about it. Because guess what? There's no significance of her being your wife. Yeah, they crying like shit. I don't want to hear none of you niggas running around here and you weird ass niggas that co-signed that shit yesterday. I got a mental note. I don't want to hear you running around here talking about long-term relationships, what black women are doing. I don't want to hear none of that shit from y'all. None of it. You niggas don't stand on nothing. You don't even stand on your marriage. And you talking about and you got married dudes running around here talking about niggas in the manosphere. You see, a lot of dudes will get offended because of Five, a lackluster woman that they probably chose to wife up. When they start fucking around on her, or she finds out and stuff like that, and start dealing with better women, because she basically hyped them up and got them together to really do that, they don't feel that a Five should be able to banish them into the nether realm of being an incel. Why are you going to deny me for sex? I can deal with something better. That's not a healthy way to look at your wife or a spouse, much less somebody that got to sleep in bed with you. I don't give a damn if your wife approves of it. An affair is an affair. It's an affair. You have entered the covenant of a marriage. And yes, there's levels to commitment. And in 2024, when you have players displaying more decorum than husbands, there's something wrong with that. And this type of behavior be coming from the most squarest of dudes. Why are you running around here worried about player business? You have a wife, you have a kid, you're out the game. Or are you? You turn your back on your family. So no, you're not going to be the morality manosphere hall monitor. And you can't even check a square. Yeah, I called him Derek Jackson. I remember in DC, there's a couple of places. There was a place that I went to go see my I was in an entourage, and I was rapping at the time, but I wasn't in the group that I was in at the time. And I remember I was talking to this baddie, and she invited. I went to this place in DC. It's not there no more, but it moves around the city. I went to this place called Fight Club, and it's close to M Street, where it was at the time. It was like downtown. And I remember I went there, and my friend, he was performing because he was in a group at the time called Cities Eating Cities, and it was a rock group. And I was skating at the time. I had my skateboard and everything. No, actually that night I didn't have my skateboard, but I was using my friend's board. But I went there, and it was a bunch of people there. It's like it looked like this it's in the middle of the city too, part of the city too, of downtown. It was like this shack, right? And it looked like this crazy rusted wooden back door. And when you like if you walk past it, you would walk past it. You wouldn't think it's like an entry to somewhere. And they moved the door and they opened it. And when they opened it, it was just like this back cut. And when you go to this back cut, it's like this open building. And there was a huge skate park in the middle of this goddamn building. It was like a nice bowl. Because we did street skating. We didn't do vert like that unless it was like at what's the name of that skate? Shaw Howard University. They had a skate park. I don't think that skate park there. But we didn't do vert. But anyway, it was like a whole bunch of, it was a couple of skaters there, and it was a group of people there. Everybody was drinking. It was a party, and you couldn't tell. It was really Fight Club, and it moves all around the city every year. But we found out where it was this year because my friend was performing there, and they performed and they did their thing, and it was a couple of baddies there. But there was this girl that I was talking to. She's into like the dominatrix shit and all kinds of other stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. I was kind of entertaining her, and she invited me to this place, and it was close by, but I didn't go because I had to support my friends or whatever, and I didn't want them to get to a fight. One of my friends kicked some dude in the chest. It was funny as shit. But anyway, it's a long story. But anyway, the next day, she said she's going back there to this little spot, and I'm like, okay. I met up with her the next day, and there was no parking downtown, so I took the train. And it was these buildings, right? And it looked like office buildings and stuff. And I went in there with her, and I took this elevator up. It was like at 8:00 at night, so it was like at nighttime at this point. We took the elevator up and stuff like that. And I'm wondering, okay, she's cool, but she's like holding my hand. I was holding my hand. But anyway, whatever. I'm like, well, I had to hold her hand or touch her or some way. So if she's initiating, cool. This is building company. So that's something that I had to do. So it was these office buildings and stuff like that. And then there was this bouncer there. It looked like, like a couple of people and stuff like that. But it looked like a lounge. It looked like a little mini club. And it was. There were people there. They had wine glasses, and they were drinking wine, good wine, like Opus One. They were drinking really good wine, Kendall Jackson, some good shit, high-end shit. I sold wine for 10 years, good shit, right? And the bouncer put this little bracelet around my wrist. So I'm like, okay, I guess it's for the alcohol or whatever. So I had a little pink bracelet around my wrist. And I think it was like breast cancer. I don't know. I had a pink bracelet around my wrist, right? And it was like a lounge. Everybody was drinking and stuff like that. And, it was like an open bar. And we had like edibles and kind of shit there. And I'm sitting down on the couch. She went to get a drink. And there was this couple that sits across from me on the couch. And I'm watching, I'm looking around, and there's like these rooms that people are going to. And I'm not going to lie, when I went to go use the bathroom, I heard some fucking. So my player senses start tingling because there's just people here. There's couples. There's people that's, single. So I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, all the couples got on pink bracelets. I look down at my wrist. I'm like, okay, I got on a pink bracelet. Okay, this is why she was holding my hand. I guess I thought she used me to get into the place. I'm like, okay, we're too young. So I look around. I'm like, oh, these boys are here swinging. It's a swingers club. It was a legit swingers club. It was a legit swingers club. There was, I ain't gonna lie, this guy, he brought his wife there, and I'm like, oh. Long story short, I didn't get no pussy that night. I didn't care, but I was like, oh, I found the spot now. But crazy for me, this spot moves around also. You know, I can have a great time. I can go out and have a great time and not get no pussy. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but I'm cool. I can mingle, you know. I got to know a couple of people. I ain't gonna lie, I went home with a hickey on my neck. But, you know, I didn't do anything because I'm a weird player. It wasn't really cup vibes, but it was. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't cup vibe, but it was. But it's like, y'all, you know, I don't know, it was too much for me. You know, I look at certain things, like I turn down pussy. I look at certain things like sex ain't even that serious, bro. You know, I don't need to go smash no baddie and then come back out and look her husband in the face and stuff like that and shake his hand and all kind of. I think that's weird. You know, you have to move from certain things. Sex ain't even that serious, bro. Certain things you gotta just get it up out of your system. Sex ain't even that serious. And as men, we got protocols before we become a pro to call certain things. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Listen to what I'm saying, all right? Like when they go miss it. No, I'm good. The players don't jump at every single thing because we know it's not charity. As a matter of fact, we thing where there are certain women that or have had the amount of women, the aura that you get where you're around a woman and you have like body language as if y'all already slept together, and it just happens because, you know, body language is more in tune after y'all slept together. Body language that's already gonna happen. There's women, you start getting good when you start getting women. You ever look at a girl and be like, I know this. All right, my bad, y'all. Shout outs to Devin D in the place to be, dropping the huge 555 on the goddamn live. Shout outs to Devin D in the place to be, supporting Player Talk Radio. Thank you for supporting Player Talk Reparations. Hold on.
More. Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens, where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
I was saying, after a while, you get good at knowing certain things. There's certain women that you're gonna be around, and you're like, damn, okay, yeah, we definitely about to have some sex. You know, we definitely gonna have sex. It's just like, all right, we on the way to do some things. You know what I'm saying? It's an instinct. It's not you being cocky. It's just you being like, okay, let me prepare. Let me prepare myself. Yeah, she feeling me, and like, yeah, we definitely about to go in this direction. You know, you start doing your checks. Damn, did I bring a condom with me? Damn, if we were to do something with no, where's clothes? We got some food. Should I go grab a sack? Do I gotta turn up? Do I gotta you understand what I'm saying? You know these things. You pick up on these things. So there's certain things that men that get play, and there's certain things that like as a player, yeah, you can use discern. Yeah, we already we know about post nut clarity. We're not in our 40s, damn near 50, having to do little goofball shit. I don't want to be 50 having to have to cheat on my wife, or having to look at her and be like, man, I'm sorry, I just had to get that off. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to be close to 50 running around here calling people pookies, having a Madonna whore complex, but yet I'm funding you know, little things on the side. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, getting into it. Closing up the story that I was telling you earlier is that, yes, you know, all of the people agreed to be there, but a lot of those dudes in those swinger relationships, there's an undertone that I pick up on. A lot of them are not the happy people that you think they are. A lot of them are not the happy people that you think they are. Fun fact that I learned as a player. Do you know a lot of people attend swingers parties before they go to therapy? A lot of couples attend swinger parties before they go to therapy. If they go to therapy. And also, yeah, it blew my mind too. A lot of people attend swingers party before they go to therapy. And also, it's almost a step above being cucked. It's almost a step above being cucked. So people running around the manosphere. Shout outs to In My Own Lane. Thank you. Also, I'm gonna wait till he get in the building. I don't know if he's in the building yet, but if you are, bro, thank you again, because you be the voice of reason, man. I'll be catching your message late, but you be on point, bro. I appreciate you. Shout outs to In My Own Lane, dropping a huge 10 on the Cash App last night. We're gonna get into it. Shout outs to In My Own Lane. But it's boring, you know. People run around here calling Locario a cuck. You know what I'm saying? Because his woman is allowed to have other boyfriends and whatnot. You know, Locario gets called a cuck. And most of the people in the manosphere, they believe in pump and dump and going your own way, and oh, Kuda, I don't believe in marriage. And they do believe in marriage. They're hopeless romantics. Don't let them lie to you. They believe in marriage. They're purple pill. They're more purple pill than red. The whole point of the manosphere was to improve and better relationships. If you have the mantra to improve and better relationships, yes, you believe in marriage to a certain degree. Now, where does marriage comes from? What is the concept of marriage? Because a lot of people will think that it's for the woman, which socially it kind of turned into the woman's favor. But to a certain degree, if you take up and take under a lot of this red pill rhetoric and don't understand what you're talking about, you would think it's for the woman, but it's really for the man. You hear these people regurgitating and repeating these things like marriage is not a monolith. Anybody can have a certain type of marriage. That shit is a cop-out. That shit is a cop-out. Now, I'm not talking about you, dude. Thanks. How you doing, by the way? You're not the only person that said that. So you have a lot of people that say, "Oh, marriage is a monolith. Marriage is this. Marriage." And you have weird people in this space that now, all of a sudden, believe that it's okay for a husband, his wife, if he has her permission. Square. Now, see, with Locario, I can negotiate because guess what? He fancies himself as a player. You see what I'm saying? He sees himself as a player. He fancies himself as a player. So if a guy fancies himself as a player and ends up negotiating a situation like that, I get it. But if you're not a game guy and you're running around asking what is game, and you're critiquing other people's marriages, and you're telling dudes that they're ruled by pussy when you have pussy at home, but yet you still find your goofy ass out in the street for the dirty meat, and your wife has to tell you don't bring home no STDs, you can't call nobody a pookie. You cannot say this person's game is better than the other game because, bro, you're the wife and still have to eat. And at that point, it doesn't matter if she knows about it or not. You're disrespecting something else to do what you're doing. And that's why you're mad at it. That's why you're mad at that. That's why you're mad at that. And you have to be in game spaces and worry about single niggas. Because truly, you may want to be a single nigga. You don't have a leg to stand on in this space. And you're not a player as much as you want to feel like you are. You're a married man trying to be a player. What's on, D-Mac? You can't have no morality argument around here. You can't. And these dudes in this space are so game goofy to not even be able to call you on that. Nah, bro. I don't care if your wife knows. You a square dude. You just a nigga that cheats on his wife. And you arranged the cheating. Because you want to know why? Other guys back in the day, they would have a mistress. They would have a mistress. Or a maid or something that's arranged. The fact that your wife has to tell you, yo, stop trying to entertain a relationship with these other women. See, marriage back in the day, prostitutes used to be for marriage because the wife would know her husband type or whatever, or higher. You know, the wife, in either have a threesome or the wife would be involved in the shit. You understand what I'm saying? The wife would this. And after the young lady has done her job and the husband's happy and he's taking care of the family and he's buying wife things and they're just a happy home, the wife will come back to that same woman and tip her. Prostitutes made more money dealing with marriages than they did, you understand what I'm saying, dealing with single men. They didn't really engage in exhibition type sex, even though their job is surrounded around action. There's an irony in the life. And with marriage, because marriage is a form of prostitution, whether you believe it or not, Marriage was man's first concept of property other than land. And this is where the business concept comes from. Marriage was man's first concept of land. You understand what I'm saying? First concept of property. When men stopped being nomads and they got to a point where they're like, hey, this land is good. I can stay here. I can build a house here. The soil is good. I can grow some of the things I like here, like grapes and fruits and things like that. He would build a house. And what he needed, because people were nomads, women would be traveling also. But what happened is, what was needed was, women needed protection from wildlife and things like that while they traveled. Women had a nomadic side also. And what the marriage was an arrangement saying that, hey, you are going to stay here on this property. He kind of coupled it in with the property. You're going to stay here, tend to the house, make sure the house is good. I'm going to make sure I, go out and, you say you can't let one side and not the other, dog. That would make marriage not a monolith. No, I'm just saying you can't. I'm going to tell you the truth. With how you guys operate, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get back to the marriage thing. With how you guys operate in the manosphere, no. A lot of y'all niggas in the manosphere, not you new, but a lot of y'all niggas in the manosphere, y'all get mad because y'all are not having y'all pick of the litter when it comes to women. Y'all are not having y'all way when it comes to women. And in theory, this is how bullshit this space is. In theory, to say that you as a single man will let a man that already has a woman that's married, not a nigga that's a player and getting a bunch of women, you gonna let a man get in front of you to get what you want that's already married? At some point, even at a bar or wherever you are, you gonna look at that man and be like, bro, you got a whole wife and kids at home. It's one thing a woman saying no, but it's another thing where a married man makes some of y'all an incel. It's disrespectful on both sides. Because if you're a married man out in the street, you can't get mad when another nigga knocks your wife. Y'all don't know about that. It's not gynocentric. Another nigga can knock your wife. Another nigga can knock your wife. Y'all square niggas doing too much. I respect a real red pill person before I respect a cheating husband. I don't give a fuck if it's arranged. There's a lot of things you can do. You got a whole no homo. You got a whole sex toy industry that you can indulge in. You and your wife can shit, nigga. You be putting up drywall. You can drill a hole in the wall. Do glory holes with your wife. Beat your meat. Spice it up. A husband's place ain't in a prostitute's face. Especially if you a square cat. You don't play basketball. You ain't on the road. These niggas will cheat on their wife and then go home and do a fucking story on, oh my God, I'm in Trumpert. Oh my God, he done cheated on Tiana Taylor. Hey, y'all niggas will eat that shit up like it's top ramen noodles. Fuck y'all. Respectfully. Oh my God, did you see what Iman Shumpert did? Oh my God, Bill Gates. Weird ass niggas. You doing celebrity gossip and you cheating on your wife. Steve Harvey's a simp. So I don't want to hear nobody that's not no player running around here talking about game and what players should be and all this other stuff when your jersey should be in the Raptors. You have a wife and you in the street for the GFE. And you still in this space mad at me. What's going on, Ghostman Kang? You still in this space mad at me. But you in the street for the dirty meat. When you have a woman at home that's going to cook and clean and do things for you. You got a woman at home that's going to cook and clean and make life serene. And you left love to go look for love, you dumbass nigga. Your wife has to remind you, don't fall in love with these bitches. You a little tender dick motherfucker. And you a little freaky nigga too. You a little freaky nigga too. What's going on, D? You said men that are angry have been lied to, both married dudes and players. This is why nothing has resonated with one another. Yeah. And then you get mad because you have a Madonna whore complex. I don't want my daughter to be a side bitch, but you fucking with side bitches. How you gonna have the Madonna whore complex? What if your daughter told you that she's dealing with a married man? You gonna feel some type of way. You have the audacity to have the Madonna whore complex. I don't want that to be my mama. I don't want that to be my daughter. I don't want that to be my niece. I don't want that to be my... What's going on, Tam? You're running around here trying to preach morality and you just left your side bitch house. Thinking you a player. No, you're not a player. You're a husband voluntarily. I coined this word in this space. You're a husband that's doing voluntary adultery. Yes, a nigga with the marriage SBE. What a black man supposed to look forward to? That's why niggas run around here talking about, so, I believe in marriage. How can you? You one of them knew. You said you don't believe in marriage. I get you. How would you? Yeah, he a pookie husband. Like the side girl get the real man, but the main girl knows the real man. And a lot of those girls, that's why a lot of women would rather be on the side. Shout outs to Marco. I remember when we were talking about side relationships because you know that side chick shit do keep marriages together. You know, we talked about this. But that's for genuine square guys. It's not for piece of shit guys running around taking people's philosophy and stuff like that. If you're a man cheating on your wife, you can't critique nobody else's philosophy. Your philosophy is openly fucked. You have commitment issues. Marriage is not the end all be all, but it's a step closer. Don't get no more black pillar than that. Lucario's not a pookie husband. They're in an open relationship and he's a player. If you are a square guy or you're running around here with inconsistencies or discrepancies about the game, you are a square. Because you didn't negotiate your open marriage on some player shit, on some smooth shit. You negotiated your open marriage like, baby, I got needs and you can't cut it in. Cut it in. You can't, you know, I got needs, baby. My sex drive is way higher than yours, and then you don't marry her. Or you bring her sex drive up. There's a such thing as a man bringing a woman's sex drive up. It's a little bit harder for a woman to bring a man's sex drive up, but as a man, you can bring a woman's sex drive up. This is not no player bias. It's some real shit. You're not about to be running around here clowning and critiquing other people's relationships and calling other people pookie, and you're openly cheating on your wife. You're an enabler, New. You're an enabler. Just say it, man. Even square dudes will look at him like, bro, that's not it. That's not it. In that case, you're better off actually cheating on your wife and she not knowing about it. And then it's fucked up because, nigga, no homo, you can beat your meat. You can go watch the Hub or Tasty. Go get your ass on the Tasty. There's a lot of things you can do before you fuck over your family. And honestly, at that point, you have no leg to even critique a MGTOW monk. First of all, you have no leg to even critique an incel. Because I gave y'all the game. If your wife stops fucking with you, you are a true incel. Some nigga beating his meat in his mom's basement that's scared to talk to bitches, that's a voluntary cell. He volunteered to do that. But your wife not fucking you, that's some real shit. You are an incel. And if you don't know how to handle that, you got to know how to handle your... First of all, there's stages of a relationship. You shouldn't even be panicking on being an incel in your marriage because your wife should have denied you sex while y'all was dating at some point. And you should have handled that during your stages of dating. But you wasn't a player. You wasn't a player. And even in marriage, when you cheating on your wife and doing stuff, that doesn't make you a player neither. And I like how y'all will sit up here and watch somebody that will critique players, but he's happy when somebody thinks or call him that because of his infidelity. That's infidelity. What's going on, Raj? That's infidelity. It's not even about you being no pills or manosphere and stuff like that. That's between you and God. The red pill does not get into your beliefs of God. That's up to you as a man. But if you running around here talking about some alpha and masculinity and all this other shit, come on, man. It has to be reasonable. Squares don't have a reasonable excuse to cheat on their wife or negotiate that. Because a square that has a kink on him, like let's say if you're a square guy, but you like going to swingers parties and stuff like that, and you ended up getting married, right? And you take your wife to the swinger party, you have a kink. You're borderline cuck. If you're a square guy with no game or no reason to do that, you're borderline cuck. You're borderline cucked. Because even another square guy can look at you and be like, okay, well, Iman Shumpert, he's a basketball player, and Tiana Taylor's not going to follow him around. So if he was to sleep around, you know, I can see how that makes sense. If he was a rapper or a movie star, he's on tour, like Uzi Vert or something like that, I can see how that makes sense. If he was a soccer player or an athlete and stuff like that, and he's high value and he's bringing in the bucks, and he's doing he's in a sport or something like that, I can see how that makes sense. But for the layman, the average guy, now you gotta rekindle your relationship. You gotta make that work. You can't be running around here talking about some what is game and be in everybody's chat room and holding candle to other guys and talking about their marriage and their kids and talking about some this person's game don't work. I'm mad at I want to debate this person on body game and all this other stuff. No, you need to debate your wife on staying together. And it gets to a point that as a man, it gets to a point that if your wife enables that, because she's an enabler at that point, if your wife enables that, You gotta look at her crazy. Like, why are you this comfortable with me cheating on you? Some of y'all niggas, when y'all start thinking like that, you fear that you feel like you done took the cookie jar, you done robbed the bank, so you think she cheating back. Watch that nigga clam up into a turtle shell. If it's like, okay, so if your wife say, yo, I'm going out to go get some dick, don't hit my phone, I'm gonna be all right. What's gonna be your response? And you're not really doing nothing as a person in the marriage on the rebound. You got your wedding ring on the blade. And then this is the fucked up part. The fucked up part is that marriages are better. Not even marriages, but affairs are better when somebody else is invested. Meaning, like, office work fling. Like an office work fling is different than a nigga with his wedding ring on the blade. If you get my drift, you know, like a co-worker or you know what I'm saying, or the you know, like in Cassie's case, she was with Diddy even though they weren't married, but the pool boy or the milkman or somebody that you see in your day-to-day, you know, moving around and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They have more of a backstory. So if you go listen to like the Weeknd games, Tell Me You Love Me Even Though You Don't Love Me, sell me the dream. What do you want? What really sells the steak? The sizzle. What's a steak with sizzle? I eat steakos. What is a steak without sizzle? You want sizzle. Damn, I want it boiling when it gets to me. I don't want that shit. I want to. You know, I'm not in front of the stove. I won't stand back from the grease popping on that steak. When you stay around somebody that's selling you the steak but not the sizzle, what's the point of wanting to take it home to go get the sizzle? You want that sizzle. You want somebody to sell it to me like my wife should have. You're completely different. And I get Blair. I understand. I mean, you know, your wife, you hitting it from the back, and she looked back at you like, when you gonna finish? Did you take it out? And you like, oh, damn, bitch, you just done killed them. Did I take the chicken out? I'm about to take this. You know, I got a a.m. in the morning. Like it's like they kill the mood. I get it. After 10 years, you probably can't do certain things you used to can do. But it's up to you to rekindle that. Okay, we got to start dating again. We got to take a step back to take a step forward. Sometimes you take 2 steps back to take a huge leap forward. Arrows get pulled back before they shoot forward, y'all. What's going on, Ed? Arrows get pulled back before they shoot forward. And I'm not about to listen to y'all manosphere niggas advocate for relationships, but you advocate for cheating in relationships. Baby steps first. Baby steps first. When you're cheating on your wife actively and having affairs with other women and then documenting it on YouTube, you don't get to play Family Guy like that. Not to us, if we know that. You can play it with your family. You can play it with your family, but you don't get to other men. See, and that's what I've uncovered. If a lot of y'all dudes didn't know that, you'd be like, oh well, he's at the finish line. He makes married dudes bad. He makes real married dudes look bad. Wasting the Lord's time. You know, other dudes will be, oh well, look, he's the voice of authority. He can, because guess what? He's kind of not at the finish line, but he's kind of in a position. Like, I would have kids. I would like to be happily married. I would like to go to prom. I would like to, you know, teach my child how to drive and all this other stuff. But then again, the public and other women got to put up and deal with something that his wife may have to deal with. I'm looking at my reflected cracked mirror. You know, I've become numb to your cheating, so I just let you do it. I had to turn it into something else. I had to turn it into, oh, it made you more. Some wild kinks like that. I ran in, you know, nigga, when I went to that swingers club, you should, nigga, I was in there having conversations with everybody, and I was asking nothing but questions. And they were open, and you know me, I get everybody in rare form. So I was getting all kinds of information out of it. You know, oh, when he first cheated, yeah, it kind of hurt. And yeah, and yeah, I kind of let him do his thing, just thinking he would stop, but he didn't. So then, you know, I started doing me, and I started dealing with women, and then I slowly worked over to other men, and you know, he was at his cheating limit to the point where he's like, you know, damn, he couldn't really say nothing back. Yeah, you got a lot of dysfunctional couples out here, man. Cheaper to keep her, who can't afford a divorce. Of course. And honestly, these problems. Like, I don't think prostitutes should get pulled into that. Aside from me and leaving, I don't think dudes. Oh, imagine your wife getting a call. Hey, you know, your husband got set up by one of these prostitutes that he couldn't properly vet because, you know what I'm saying? You don't want him to fall in love with another woman. You know, like your wife have to tell you to respectfully do some disrespectful shit so you don't fall in love with another woman. You got to go home and simp extra hard around your wife. And not even go home and simp extra hard around your wife. You got to be around your in-laws. Oh yeah, and your mother-in-law knows you cheat. Your wife is going to tell your mother. So imagine going to family functions. Like, you ever seen this niggas? Have y'all look? And y'all know what I'm talking about. Have y'all ever seen guys smile? It's like a hey. It's not even an honest smile. It's like a hey. I'm here. Nigga, why you look nervous? It's not no honest smile that's coming from the heart. It's like a nervous smile. I tell you, I know how to read people, man. You can't go to no family functions and be taking pictures and shit like that and all. Man, come on, man. That's a dark feeling, and you could have just avoided all of that with Hannah Han and Linda Loshan. Shout out to Israel Basket. You could have avoided all of that. Don't you dare talk about an incel. Don't you dare talk about anybody in monk mode. Don't you dare say anything about the red pill. You can't say anything about the red pill like that. You can't teach nobody nothing. The only thing you can do is to possibly get a wife that they're gonna cheat on. Because that's your finish line. And if you wanted to have multiple wives, if you wanted to be brother polite, well then go to a country where you can do that. It's me. YouTube street, the daughter dad, and get mad as there. When you daughter, that's why I know that down the whole complex be eating your ass up. It would eat me up too if that was the situation. You don't want your daughter to bring home a right? You know, like, well, she said I can. They had like permission makes them less of a homer. Y'all niggas up here, y'all weird ass niggas. Kuda, she said it's okay. You never heard of the term of you ever heard somebody, if your friend jumps off a cliff, you gonna go too? You ever heard the term of if just because you could do it don't means you should do it? So you want to talk about guys being sexually thirsty and controlled by pussy, but you're letting your short-term post-nut clarity, you're letting your short-term sexual urges make long cuts to your family. And where are you finding these women? Are you spending time on the side courting them when you should be fixing your family and rekindling? You could be courting your wife. Or do you go on Backpage or List Crawler or Escort Alligator? Oh, I know all them. Come on, nigga. Who you think you're talking to? And then get on here and talk about how you don't like a pimp, or you don't like players, but you like whores. You like whores. You got a taste for the chippies. You couldn't let that thirsty phase subside. You let the little man be the big man. You didn't have second thoughts. And imagine the ones you hit raw. Some STDs will burn through a condom. And find condoms in your pants. So sad. I would never want to put no woman through. I would never want to put no woman through that. You in a whole marriage and you got condoms in your pocket? you're a married man and you're sneaking into hotel shit. Get a divorce, bro. I wouldn't even be comfortable with my wife. Not for a long time. Yeah, his wife had to tell him to bring her STDs and stuff. Like, the fact that your wife got to tell you that, that's crazy. And the fact that y'all niggas was co-signing that shit all day yesterday. Now all of a sudden y'all gonna run around here and act like a new man. This is why I had to apologize to black women, because it's like, yeah, it's the niggas. I'm sorry. Y'all do the same shit. When I see it, I gotta talk about it. I wouldn't want to deal with them niggas neither. It takes me a long time because I'm not gay to process this. You know? And that's valuable time, y'all. You know, you're a kid. You get to get to the park and do certain like, you know. Nah, I want to go fuck another bitch. I want to go put it on YouTube. So I can did marriage content. You did marriage content. You put your side chicks on YouTube, but you're not putting your marriage on YouTube. You want proof of things from everybody else, but you don't prove you're on YouTube, and y'all sitting down and you're like talking about your open relationship, so other people that may want to have an open relationship can learn. Why don't you do that with your marriage? You running around here worried about who got game and who don't got game. I know who don't got game. Why don't you sit down with your wife and both of y'all look at the camera like Derek Jackson and his wife did and just openly talk about it and just say, hey, listen, if you want to have an open relationship, you know, what are some things that you have to talk about? You know, how does this go? Like, you know, how do you get over it? I know you don't feel good knowing that your husband is sleeping with other women and stuff like that. Like, how do you sedate yourself? Because we know how he sedates himself. You can learn from those type of conversations. So should, in case you and your wife kind of grow apart a couple of years to your relationship, you can be like, hey, well, this is how we can handle it until we come back together. Don't nobody want to see you awkwardly talk to some woman that's like just chilling with you in a hotel room and stuff like that, and both of y'all ain't supposed to be there. That's the fucked up part. That's what makes this sometimes that makes that little cheating sex good. It's like it's the deception.
I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
This man got mad at me for doing Diddy videos. This nigga had endless Diddy videos. Cassie deserves better. Oh, like your wife. Cassie deserves better. I don't know why he's treating her like that. Diddy's a monster. Oh, like you're any better. The Monster Mash. The Monster Mash. And y'all niggas co-signed that shit yesterday. That's you. Co-signed it. And then you're gonna run around the manosphere. Some of y'all at like these girls need to get the behavior right. Nah. Seen that bullshit? Hit the like button and support the show, y'all. I haven't seen. Obviously, they said Lou at the damn near me and Lou kind of got into it on that guy's panel, and I'll probably look at it later. But he's about e-begging, goofball shit. Man. When are y'all niggas gonna learn? And it's 2024. White people don't in these conversations. When are you gonna learn? YouTube is a fucking business. What's going on, Eric? YouTube is a fucking business. Just say you want shit for free. Niggas always want shit for free, but we'll pay somebody that doesn't look like ITE. Say you want some shit for free. You don't gotta sit there and make all of these goofball analogies. You know, just say you want some shit for free. I've had these conversations more than 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. White people get on here and make money. A lot of y'all YouTubers, y'all never really had made any type of off YouTube, so you know how far it can go. Some of y'all are lying to y'all, so you couldn't do things if you wanted to, and that's okay. You know. And then some of y'all are just looking at numbers when you don't know shit about numbers. You don't know shit about numbers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Eric. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So he had this thing called e-begging. And this is something that I told y'all before with the new people that's going to be coming into the space. I've been telling y'all this for more than 3 years. Where it's like people start their first live stream and they're like, hit the cash app. They do a call to action, hit the cash app. And it's like, have you provided any value? Are you serving? Like, are you putting out game? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you putting in some type of work? So people be really trying to point it at me and say, oh, well, Cooter, you're e-begging. It's like, no, I'm not e-begging. That's something that YouTube hasn't even thought of yet. So let me help you out, because you must not know where you are. And you don't understand numbers and algorithms. YouTube, Instagram, and all these other people are on their phones for a long time. YouTube even has a timer. I already talked about all of this stuff. Okay? The name of the game is to keep people on the platform for as long as possible. Because it doesn't matter what channel you are, it's a win-win for YouTube. YouTube wants to keep you on the platform as long as possible. Okay? When technology and streams and people's attention spans to what I'm doing, I will already be established. I'm already a what I'm doing. I can hold a classroom for hours. And what a lot of people don't know, because their time and watching, is that on the internet, there's no such thing as the concept of time. Truly, if you have a diverse audience, there is no thing on the internet such as the internet has no concept of time. I can go live at 3 a.m. and somebody's just now getting to the club or getting in from work at 12 a.m. on the West Coast. And they plan to stay up till 3 a.m. and listen to the show. But guess what? 3 more hours later, 6 a.m. When did this show start? Come on now. And you would know this if you put in work and pay attention. Y'all don't even understand what's going on in y'all towns and cities and stuff like that. So let me help y'all out again. DC, New York, even little towns and cities around you, they're turning into 24 hours. They're turning into a 24-hour metropolis. The metro in the DMV area, or start getting fucked up and trains start derailing and stuff like that, used to close at 3 a.m. So they can fix things and stuff like that. They say, hey, we're going to take a loss for a couple of years because the city's gearing up to become a metropolis. We're going to start closing at 12 a.m. just so we'll have enough time to maintain the tracks and stuff like that. But if you have a train system that closes at 3 a.m., in 2 hours, not even 1 hour, people are waking up to get to go to work at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So they don't even stay closed for a long time. Might as well do 24 hours. So you won't miss out on the bag. No matter where you are, there's a now. There's a laptop open. There's a desktop being looked. You can't stop. You can't. So I don't know who or why people would listen to weird asses on the internet at the time. Internet. There is no concept of time. There's of time in real life. But even when you leave your computer, guess what's in your hand? Phone. You might not be listening to your podcast, but you're probably listening to a podcast or a show. And people will share when spending the same 12 hours on YouTube, but in a different way. I spent 2 hours panel. I spent another 2 hours on this man's panel. Then I spent another 4 hours on another panel. Then I watched these videos. You're still on the platform. Stupid. You're still on the platform. Some of y'all spend more than 12 hours on YouTube. There's a millionaire that I put y'all, not put y'all onto, but put a lot of people onto in the space, and I put his books in the Discord that y'all don't give a fuck about, which is why nobody gives a fuck about doing content that's worth a damn. If your content is good, no, it's not. If your content is good, that doesn't mean it's gonna get support. If your content is good, it could get support, but that doesn't guarantee that it gets support. You wanna know how I know this? My content is good. This because I think of things that y'all haven't thought of. Well, this is because I drip game and I give raw information that you haven't thought about. As soon as you can get support by showing up. You can get support for anything. You can get support for gestures. Hey, I like that song. Fuckery is support because fuckery on the internet is a gesture. Why did your show get support? Because I run panels and they don't necessarily like the content, but they enjoy kicking people off the panel. So that's how my show gets support. My content's not good, but I just fire up a stupid topic. I run a panel and I say, hey, there's a bounty off, and somebody's gonna pay it just to spice up the show, or just because they want to kick somebody off. That doesn't mean you have good content. And if you're a content creator and you can't decipher shit like this, then you damn sure shouldn't be pocket watching or coming up with concepts that you really can't understand. And it's not personal. It's like, bro, I get it that you're doing content, but there's a lot of things that you haven't factored in. But guess what? It's your right to do that. Now, could it come off as imposter syndrome? Absolutely. But it's your right to do that. You could be an imposter on YouTube. It's legal to be an imposter on YouTube. Because you don't have to know about everything. Content. But if you never really invested, and I'm talking about throw 10 racks into something, 6 or 7 racks into something, plus your time, plus learning skills to go towards that same hobby or your business, you won't know. You just won't. You never put in 1,000 hours, you probably don't know. If you're not en route to put in 10,000 hours, you probably don't know. If you never sat back and be like, okay, let me sit down and study analytics and see exactly what I'm studying and what I'm doing and what I aim to do. Let me take a look at the business and see how we can increase the profit margin. You can't be on YouTube talk about e-begging and you've never even obsessed over your channel not one time. If you obsess over your channel one time, that's not even fine. To watch somebody else or feel some type of way when somebody else asks for support. When I go to another channel, somebody asks for support, I understand. I feel the exact same way. They should get supported. And then another argument that we got into was people in the audience are not entitled to good content, which is true. If you find good content, good for you. Back into what I was talking about with the support. Because there's a lot of good content that's not supported. It's a cop-out. I don't know why you listen to these weirdos to a certain degree. But you're the audience, so, why not? We got a lot of dollar channels and good channels that don't get support. Have a lot of people that are pocket watching vicariously and be like, well, this channel got 1 million subs. DT paying them. That's not true. You know how much channels I got 1 million subs and they're not in the YouTube partner program? But you have to know these things. Oh, Cooter, if you have such an understanding of YouTube, what about your channel? This is okay. Why isn't Think Media where Mr. Beast is? Huh? Why isn't TubeBuddy a whole algorithm in tool for boosting your channel? Why aren't they where Mr. Beast is? Means you don't understand algorithms. And it be tech guys too. You don't understand algorithms. You don't understand biases. Your content is probably good. It just hasn't gotten put around the people that really would like to see it. That's why they call it evergreen content, because guess what? It grows itself into mission, or it grows and finds it again. And you're always one upload away from going viral. So all them numbers that you looking at might not mean shit tomorrow. I'm not telling you to be stressed about it, but you one upload from being blessed about it. And it can change your life. ... That don't mean for the better, and that don't mean for the worse. Y'all gotta mind yourself, and not every channel are alike. Some channels require different measures. Some channels, this is not a one size fits all. So if you got YouTube content creators like that, which I still got the person I'm putting together, it's like a seminar I'm gonna hold on StreamYards. But if you guys are, and shout out to Miss V, I definitely want to talk to her about it. If you guys are interested in a YouTube stuff, don't listen to niggas, even if it's me. Figure out how to catch. Because a lot of they YouTube is depending on what niche you in. Stop listening to that never had a business job branded. You got your branding, interchangeable things that go into YouTube. One day you wake up, you got to look at your analytics and be on franchise man shit. And then one day you wake up, you got like, okay, I'm a worker today. I got to get and works and work going. Okay, thank you. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Hold on. They see. I'm saying YouTube is a franchise, a business, and you gotta be a hold on, y'all. Yeah, you gotta be a boss, you gotta be the quarterback, you gotta be the franchise, and you gotta be the worker. You're your most valuable worker. Okay, so when you run the YouTube business, someday you're gonna wake up, you're gonna be like, damn, okay, I gotta go over the analytics today and sit down and do my homework all day and figure out what these numbers mean and how I can boost this and get this up, the retention and all this other stuff. And then you gotta figure out if you made money, how much you made, where is that gonna go, how much do you get back. What time do you have to go live? Are you going to do a pre-record? Are you going to do YouTube shorts? What are you going to use to film it? Are you presentable? Do you have a clip? Is it copyrighted? There's so much things we have to go through. I'm not sitting up here listening to no nigga talking about some do it for free. Niggas can't even talk for 10 minutes, much less 2 hours. Do it for free. You never see these niggas telling white people to do it for free. Hey, this is what I want to see from you. And you look at them and say, hey, this is what I'm going to need from you. Imagine finding out your friend got killed a half an hour or an hour before you got to go live. And making a bunch of people and entertaining a bunch of people that don't even know anything about your personal life or what's going on and things of that sort. And they're telling you, hey, you gotta bring us entertainment and joy, even when you're shit crushed right now. You gotta put that to the side and bring us entertainment and joy, even when you're shit crushed. Or else we just not gonna we not gonna we I don't know what's gonna happen. We just not gonna support what you got going on. People are human beings. YouTubers got bills too. One of the dumbest arguments I heard was, well, the audience is supporting you by giving you their likes, their time, and all this other stuff. And that's true. The likes, the time, and all that other stuff, that's for analytics, though. Can that help you rank in YouTube? Obviously. But what a content creator delivers is way more than that. Hit a button. Do you know how much buttons you hit on your phone before you get to YouTube? Hit a button. Uploads can be better. You gotta get your uploads to a point and market them and put them in the algorithm to a point, because you can have the best uploads, but if you don't know how to put it in front of the algorithm is not going to know where to put that shit. That's what a lot of y'all are failing to realize. It don't matter if you got the best thumbnail, don't matter if you got the best title and all that other stuff. If you don't give that algorithm enough information so it knows where to place it, none of that shit matters. It could be quality content too. There's a bunch of car channels that I know, and this guy, he's driving around his Ford GT, and he has the old one and the new one and stuff like that. This nigga only got 30 subscribers, and he's been around for a year. And his video count is real low. I had to find him because he commented somewhere. And he got really good videos, high quality cameras, have the cameras attached to the side of the damn Ford GT and everything. And Ford GT, these are popular cars. There's millionaires out here that don't know how to grow a YouTube channel, and they got Lamborghinis and all kinds of shit, and they really racing them bitches. You have to understand the algorithm. There's a lot of things we got to go through and boxes we got to check. And is it safe for kids? And is copyright material used? And are you using artificial technology? If so, how much? Is this sponsored? Put all this. Y'all just for y'all to click a video and be like, ha ha, where's the next one? You asking the content creator, where's the next one? And the content creator's like, did you hit the like button? Did you support the last one? Did you leave a comment? Did you share it? When your friend decides to become a rapper, you may listen to their music, but did you follow them on Spotify? Well, I got to follow him on Spotify. I follow him in real life. But did you follow him on Spotify? Did you follow him on all the DSPs? Did you say, hey, you know what? Even though you sent this to me, I still bought a copy. Do you share his music? Or are you sharing Lil Baby's music? You know the guy that actually got talent and can get y'all up out of that situation? He would take you with him? Did you share his mixtape or did you share Gucci Mane's mixtape? Niggas always ask you, why didn't you blow up? Why didn't you share my shit? There's a share button right there. It takes 2 seconds. You could have shared my shit. Why didn't you share my shit? It'd be a chat room full of niggas. Why don't your channel? Why don't y'all share my shit? All of y'all can help me right now by going to my page and sharing my shit. We got 33 people. Imagine the reach I could get if 33 people here shared my shit. That's YouTube for you. That's black people for you. I don't want to hear about Mr. Beast. I don't want to hear about none of that shit. A lot of y'all niggas don't know YouTube. Go enjoy your successful channel. It's like niggas be like, oh, I have a successful channel, but you're here arguing with me. And think that I can't see through that. You think I can't see through that? Why are we in the same place? We shouldn't even be breathing the same air. Don't think that's impressive, huh? Well, listen, y'all. I appreciate you guys for coming through. I'm not going to do another minute for free. It's Player Talk Radio. Shout outs to everybody in the building. Thank you to everybody that's hitting the like button. Thank you everybody that supports. I got another show that we're going to probably do tonight. I got to do a catch up. So this show was kind of like a updated show. That's why I'm not going to keep it too long. And we'll go into something else. You know what I'm saying? I got more receipts from the balloon popping guy. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on. What else? There was something else. There was something else I wanted to bring up. There's a lot of stuff going on. Fulio got laid to rest. They had an open casket funeral, and they buried him with a microphone and some black Air Forces. And it's funny, he had a Rode NT1A on his casket cover. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I'm like, hey, I know that microphone, you know. But we'll be back in the we'll be back. We'll be back with it. If I feel up to it. But I gotta go sit down and I gotta go study. You know, time is valuable. Let me tell you something. If you know how to do something good, don't do it for free. And if I do it for free, that means I love you more than I love me. And that's a problem. That'll be fixed. All right. It's Player Talk Radio. I am your gracious host, DJ Kuda, right back at the helm of today's show. We out. Peace. I'm going to play a song for the pookie husbands that like to cheat on their lady. We out, y'all. Peace. Pookie.
can be with you.